Hello, everyone. The moment we've all been eagerly awaiting is finally here, the highly anticipated interest rate decision by the US Fed. And guess what? This could be the game changer that propels oil prices beyond the astonishing $80 per barrel mark. On this note, you are welcome to yet another promising edition of our weekly price action based technical analysis series. In today's video, we take on the US oil chart. But before we embark on this journey, let's make one thing crystal clear. This video is solely dedicated to educational purposes. My goal is to equip you with invaluable insight into the technical setup of the US oil chart and, of course, elevate your proficiency in price action analysis. Remember, trading decisions demand caution, so it's essential to seek advice from an independent financial advisor to ensure your investment choices align with your unique situation. Now, let's dive into the art of the matter. In preparation for the upcoming week, I've left no stone unturned in my extensive and comprehensive price action based technical analysis. And guess what? In less than 10 minutes, I will be revealing my discoveries utilizing only trend lines, key levels, and of course, chart patterns to unravel the historical price movement of the US oil market. And that reminds me, let's not forget the remarkable success we achieved in our previous technical setup for this asset as price action moved over 300 pips in our direction, hereby capitalizing on the week's bullish momentum. Before we set our sights on the technical intricacies of the upcoming week, join me as I share some key moments that profoundly influenced our trading decisions in the previous week. Now, talking about last week's trading session, we saw how the market started with a consolidation phase where price action remained confined within a range around the $75 level and the $74.45 level. And in fact, what interesting thing about the structure was the fact that was sitting just right inside that very strong demand zone we identified prior to the beginning of last week's trading session. And one interesting thing happened here. We saw the breakdown of both the demand zone and the ascending trend line to give us a sign that we might likely be seeing a bearish move. And after noticing the breakdown of the structure, we anticipated a retest of the level to join the bearish move. And of course, we saw that happen. We rode the move all the way to the downside. I think it moved about 40 to 50 pips thereabouts before the bullish momentum began, taking us out of that position at the worst case scenario break even. This old buy pressure around this area continued, and we had another consolidation phase between the $74.50 and the $73.75 level. But something interesting happened on Tuesday stroke Wednesday when we begin to see how sellers struggled as soon as price got into the $73.75. And one thing we saw here is that as soon as price got there, we saw how buyers came in to negate all sellers' attempts around that juncture. And it was at this point we decided during our Forex morning mastery to get ready to buy if price action breaks above the $74.45 level. And as you can see here, we anticipated that position. Price broke out, giving us our first buy position for the week. And since that moment, we have been buying the US all spot. Remember, we also capitalized on that bullish momentum by adding multiple entries as price action went on to break out of key levels that we identified on this chart. So it was quite a very profitable first half of the week. Into the second half, we also added another buy position again when we begin to see some buy pressure resume following the strong impulsive bearish move. So it was quite a very profitable week for everyone. So if you do want to have a review of these commentaries for educational purposes, I already have the link in the description box of this current video. And if you are watching this from my YouTube channel, you will definitely be seeing the link at the top right hand side of your screen right now. So, with that being said, here, let's dive right back into the chat. And what I was able to do here was to do a follow-up detail on the 4 hours time frame. What I did was to take into consideration the nature of price action since the beginning of this month. And when I did that appropriately, I was able to come up with a couple of trend lines we are going to be using to guide our trading activities. Now, if you look at the structure here, after connecting the series of higher highs and of course the higher lows here, we have an ascending trend line which has buttressed the strength of the buyers in this particular market. Now, our center of focus going into the week is around this channel where you would notice the price action had remained confined within the $77.20 level, which happens to be the highest point price action has been in the last couple of months. And the support line here had a $75 area. And you know how we do it in this community. As soon as price action falls into this kind of flat channel, we want to exercise some patience, waiting for either a breakout of the resistant line to give us an opportunity to buy, or the breakdown of the support line here to give us an opportunity to sell. Now, one thing about this whole structure is that the potentials of buyers seems very promising considering the fact that price has been within an ascending channel, first of all, and of course, it has been finding higher highs and higher lows since the beginning of this month. So, I'm of the opinion that we are likely going to be seeing a breakout of the structure during the early hours of the week. But if that doesn't happen and instead price drops in such a way that it breaks down the support line of this ascending channel, then we shall be getting ready to be part of a bearish move after a couple of retests of structures on our lower time frame. So for the US All Spot this week, this is my view here, and trust me, I will be with you in the comment section of this video to give you an update on what I think will happen after monitoring how participants in this market will be reacting to this current structure. If you have found the content helpful and useful in making your independent trading decisions for the week, I would greatly appreciate your support by giving the video a thumbs up. Your likes are valuable to me, and in fact, it helps the algorithm promote the video to a wider audience of traders who may find the material beneficial. Thank you in advance for doing so. If you haven't already, I encourage you to follow me on this channel for more of this content. By subscribing, you would always stay updated with the latest ideas I share, and of course, receive notifications whenever I upload new videos and commentaries. See you in the comment section on Monday morning as we get prepared for the new week. Do have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye bye.